Let's see. Right, first and foremost, we need variables. We'll be dealing with radius, height, right, volume, might as well just call it that, and surface area, might as well just call it that as well. So we know exactly what we're dealing with. Okay, surface area. These will be, the data type for these will be not floats, even though we will have a decimal, we'll be dealing with reals. It is the more modern and acceptable data type when dealing with Pascal or Delphi. Okay, so we need to read the values, right? You know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to switch it up a bit. I'm going to switch it up a bit. Have that be displayed there, and then add a label quick, and another label quick. We don't need to rename them because we won't be using them. Just going to change the caption. For height, and make this one for the radius. Sweet. Just add a bitmap button for ease of access. Okay, let's go to its kind. Make it a close. Okay. So now I need to be able to edit my radius here. That's why this label is here, and edit my input, rather my height over there. So now we'll use edit boxes for those. Text would be empty. Let's go to its caption. No, I mean, give this one a name, EDT radius. Yeah, cool. I'll give this one a name as well. EDT height. Alright, I think we'll take out the text. Cool. So now I want to get the input that the user puts into radius and height and have it just be displayed in my red display, rejected display. Okay, important thing to note in Delphi, when I press tab here, you can tell how the cursor moves, right? To get that done on the display, you use the function #9. So it's #9 for tab, for lack of better words. Oh no, it's doing that. Yeah, okay. You guys will see what I mean in a little minute. Hey Pablo, what's up boy? Set it to equal. Of course. Thank you. Pi is equals to, let's see. It's doing that thing where it actually takes the characters and all the strings as I type. Thanks Pablo. Didn't even notice that. Very well picked up. Thank you for joining as well. Well done. I see you. I see you. Okay, so the variables, I don't know how long you've been here, but the variables we declared. Um, will I be at, hey, what's up, boy? Yes, Seth, I will be at school. Bring a device so we can see if I can get your Delphi working. Anyway, the data types we are using here is real and we are dealing with 4 variables: radius, height, volume, surface area. This will all make sense as I continue to code this very simple um, calculation program. Okay, so let's quickly see what we're dealing with one more time. This one's name. It's actually easier to view it in the code as well over here. Red display, that's right. Label, we don't need to change the names of those. These EDT radius, EDT height. Yeah, but stay tuned, boy. I'm not going to be live for much longer. Seth, yeah, stick around so you might learn a thing or two. Trust me, boy. These are very valuable sessions for those who do join. All right, it won't be much longer. Okay, so first let's go with, we will be using R and H, right? Tab R. So if R, we're going to read the values from these edit boxes, right? Um, is equals to, we will be using the EDT radius, obviously for the R, EDT radius, dot text. But now remember, anything and everything that we put into the Delphi IDE is considered a string. Radius is its numbers, so it needs to be converted right from a string of characters. See, it's doing that thing where it takes over my text. Anyway, I remember it. String, let's go to float. Okay, EDT radius dot text. Wonderful. We'll do exactly that with the height as well. So let's just copy it. I'm definitely not an advocate for copying and pasting while coding, but it is what it is. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, I might have to rewrite, like retype everything as I go along. Yep, it's okay. Is equals to string to float from our edit box height. Right, the text will be changed. Awesome. Not done though. Now let's actually, I hope it doesn't mess up the whole format of everything. So I'm gonna go this, leave comments as much as possible always. We'll pull the input text and do the data conversion. Okay, from strings to floats. Numbers with decimal, or yeah, just go numbers. Okay, so next up, let's go. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, it's gonna happen. Okay, let's go. This will be our calculations now. So to calculate this, we'll be using our formulas that I put in over here. Right? Cool. So to calculate this, let's go. We'll be calculating the volume first, seeing as though it's on top here. We'll go volume. It's also one of our variables. Reals. Okay, volume will be equals to, is equals to pi, which is already declared a constant, pi times radius squared. So square the radius, and we times it by height. Just double check myself here. Yes, it does look right. Okay. Anyway, volume surface area is equals to, let's use the same formula we got down here, which is 2 times pi, our constant, 2 times pi times radius squared, which has to be plus by the height. So we'll do that by going times radius plus height. Okay, wonderful. So even though this, yeah, it will pull the text, this will be our calculations, and then let's talk about the, come on, displaying. Okay, to display, we need to access our rich edit box. So let's go red dot display. Now remember when we worked with the text in the rich edit box, the text in rich edit box didn't have caption or text or whatever, right? It had lines, so we need to add lines to that display. So we'll go dot lines, and we need to add them. We'll add what we will be saying. So it's really that simple. Ah man, I shouldn't have put a full stop there. It's okay. So reshaded display lines, add me some lines. Okay, and what I want to say is radius. See how the text goes blue? Same as when you say show message, right? Radius, I'm going to put a colon just to make it look good, right? Now to increment, or to rather to put tab, I'm going to say, I also want to say hashtag 9. Remember over here, it's hashtag 9 for tab, right? So hashtag 9. And I also want to say, and that does not need inverted commas, right? Just side note. Okay, then I also want to say, I want to format my float of my radius to only have 1 decimal. Right, with my volume and my surface area, I'll have 2 decimal numbers. That's how I'm going to format this float. So, example, just again, just I don't know if this is common knowledge or not, but surface area is displayed as centimeters squared because it's a 2-dimensional area, right? Whereas milliliters is the how we display the volume. It's obviously the amount of Coca-Cola that will be held within this button. No, it's not showing. Anyway, 1 second. Okay, it does show. All right, wonderful. Let's go format float. Format float. And we wanted to say, let's start off with the 0.0 amount of radius, right? Yes. How many open brackets do I have here? 1, 2. So I need to close it. 1, 2. Hope that's right. Looks right. Stop doing that. Anyway, okay, we could always copy paste this, but it's not going to work because it seems to just take over whatever I type. Doesn't move the text on. It's not formatted correctly. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's go. Red display lines. Dot, this time volume, right? Height, sorry. Height. I wanted to have, there we go. Height. Oh man, stop doing that. Okay. Also wanted to say, this was increment. Oh, tab plus format my float. Same. I want 0.0. Okay. Come on. If you have questions, you must ask, guys. Ask AI. No, I'm kidding. Full stop 0. Boom, boom. And this one will be height. It looks right to me. What am I missing? What did I do wrong? Why? What's going on here? Oh, it doesn't have an end. I think. Yeah. Okay. Keep quiet. Thank you. Good stuff. Next up, two more lines to go. We want to obviously display the volume and the surface area, right? So let's go red display and add lines for volume. It will say volume is equals to, or volume is rather. Let's go. Yeah. I need to increment. So I need to go hashtag. You can always go just look at the. If you got one line right and you're doing the same thing, you just copy it and changing the values, obviously. Okay, I wanted to say volume is equals to the indent that 9. And I want to say format my float to 2 decimals, right, for my volume. So I'll go boom, 0.00, come up from the variable volume. I also wanted to display it as milliliters, but that'll need quotation marks in and of itself. So I'd have to say plus. And I want to say, yeah, I'll have to do that. Cm squared, right? Cm squared, like that. Do I need another close bracket? 1, 2, only one. Yes, second one, 2. That should do it. It'll try it to me. Okay. Then we need to obviously display one more line, and that is our surface area. Display, yeah, display lines, add surface area. No, I can put a space here because this will be my string that I'll be displaying, right? Surface area, well, rather my lines that I'll be displaying. That's not strings, my lines. Okay, surface area, boom, is, and then we'll say, I also want to say, add an increment rather, add that hashtag 9, and format float plus format float. Um, 2 decimals. It's that easy. Yeah. Why does it feel that easy? Okay, anyway, this will be from my variable surface area. So now I cannot put a space because my variable is obviously typed like that. Surface area. Let's be surface area. Let's close this bracket. I also wanted to say centimeters squared. Let's go centimeters squared. Okay, let's close the bracket. Why? What's the error? No, I don't want errors. Go away. Okay, at least it's nothing major. Okay, enter. Let's see. Unfortunately, I cannot clean this code right now because if I press tab, even if I press space, oh no. Okay, it looks fine to me. What's missing is my end program statement. Full stop. Is that everything? We've got um, derive input, right? No, it's not going to work. Anyway, this will be our input. This will be our calculation. This will be our display. Great. Now let me just quickly see if I share my screen with you. Uh, okay, you guys should be seeing my display any moment now. Let's just have a look. See. Uh, Documents. See under Embarcadero, there are no files because I haven't saved anything yet, right? So I'm going to quickly save this Delphi file. I'm going to go save all before I even run it. A good practice would be to go and say, create a folder first. My new folder. Uh, live 10 June. Great. Okay, so let us save all. It'll save the project and the unit, right? I'll go here, Embarcadero, my new folder, save my unit with an underscore U. Yo, can you guys see my screen, by the way? There you go. Is it fixed or what? It's centimeter 3. It is. Seth, I think you're right. But that would mean no. Not when you display it. Not when it's displayed. It's not displayed as. Remember, surface area is two-dimensional. The volume would be 3 possibly. Why is what? Oh snap! Hold on. Volume should be displayed as millimeters. Thank you, Seth. You had me. I kind of both displayed as. Surface area should be. No man. What you doing to my brain? Hold on. Let's go. Wait, hold on. Milliliters. Oh my days. Oh my days. It weren't me that said that. Oh, Pablo said that. But I'll take it. Yo, boys, please join me often. Like, this actually made this fun for me. Like, I was gonna sit here and code this random stuff anyway. That made me laugh. Um, Pablo, please fact check that for us, if you don't mind. If it's centimeters squared, like with an indent 2 or an indent 3. Shout out to you, boy. I appreciate it. All right, let's save all. Barcadero, my new folder, unit underscore u. Now my project underscore p. Cool. Now I'm gonna go to my file explorer and see where it's saved into. Right. As you guys can tell, right, you can tell a lot from the different files that get saved in a Delphi folder. So got my project, my local indent, okay, as well as the 2 units. Great. There is no, I can't run the application yet, right? All I'm going to do now is I am going to run my project. Let's see, radius. Let's go 5, comma 7. Height, let's go 5, comma 99. Calculate stuff. I should have an indent yeah, between my milliliters and my uh, between the milliliters and the numbers. I should have hashtag 9 there. This is what the hashtag 9 did. It made a space. But sir, can't we just put uh, 2 inverted commas with space in between? No, no, not when you know hashtag 9. I mean, it's just gonna make your code susceptible to errors and whatever. No. Let's see if we add more than. What is this music? Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Anyway, so close. Now when I go to my file explorer, there's my application, which I can run natively for um, for let's go 7,000.01. Great. So it displays the radius, displays the height, and then does the conversion. Well, does the calculations. Any questions? If you guys have any questions, drop it in the chat. Then I'll code something else again tomorrow night. That was something very basic. Very basic. You're welcome to screen record these as well. Anytime. I really don't mind. In fact, I insist. Mm, no questions. Shout out to you, Seth. I appreciate it, my boy. Thank you. Thank you for staying engaged and interactive as well. Appreciate it. It speaks volumes. It really does. Something really cool that I saw on Delphi was if I say I want to use a new unit quickly, right? Oh man, I'm going to use a new form. Nice. WMans. Okay, use unit. So let's quickly go open a new form. WMans. Well done, Seth. You get what you call tab control, right? So to see if I go page control. I still need to play around with this, but this is a very cool way to switch between tabs using one form, having different types of programs on one form. Okay, so just go tab set, tab control. See what other tabs there are. Tab. Yeah, something like this. I was just playing around the other night and why doesn't this want to leave? Go away. I don't want you. Okay, wait a minute. That was inside of my tab. That's why. Tab control. Tab set. Okay, I get it. I think I get it. I don't know. Tab control. And then inside of that, I want a tab set. Yes, it's like that. What is this music? Okay. So with inside of this tab set, no caption, tab, nah, the volume is cubed, so it would be, remember, let's debunk this quickly because we are dealing with a cylinder. If you look at the case study, right? Uh, yes, it's modeled after a cylinder, meaning I think you're right, Pablo. But Seth will take it. Oh, wait, am I displaying the wrong thing? Yeah, yes, I am. Sorry, nobody can see what I'm doing. I'm being very selfish with myself here. So it should be displayed as centimeter 2 centimeters squared because you are calculating the surface area. That's right. Surface area is a two-dimensional measurement. Correct. So for the volume, yeah, like we mentioned, volume would be um, centimeters squared to the power of 3, right? But we are displaying it as milliliters because, again, the case study. Um, window capture. One. Anyway, let me quickly go and see. Why was the gap so big? Oh, surface area. Good point. Well, very good point. Let me go and see. Let's see if we can figure this one out. Display. Somewhere here I must have put a. I hit the space bar in between two. Huh. Surface area. Let's take this away actually, and then see how it goes. And didn't increment at all. Interesting, very interesting point, blah blah. Not that it's going to affect our code, or the program rather. Um, but okay, let's just redo this. So format my float to uh, 0 decimals. 0,00, and it must be from my surface area variable. Okay, and I want it to be displayed as, so maybe, no, there must be a space there, displayed as milliliters, no, centimeter squared. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. What did I do wrong? Go away. Format float. What do you mean? What? Oh man. Real not found. What do you mean real not? Go, what? Okay. Delphi. Let's see. Radius 4, comma 4, 5, comma 8, 9. Yo guys, my bad. I'm so sorry. You know what's happening? I'll show you on OBS, right? Oh, my bad. On OBS, there are hotkeys. So when I want certain things to display, then I press. So whenever I press 0, did something. Whenever I deleted, whenever I pressed 8, so I need to choose my hotkeys better. It's on me, my bad. So let me quickly. Wait, you guys didn't see the troubleshooting that just happened, obviously. So what I did was I took this and just go Take the increment out, blah blah, and it's still displayed it like with quite a distance, quite a gap. So 4,7, height 7,44. See that distance? And then there's no distance between my milliliters and my centimeters. So let me just fix that. Um, Over here, plus hashtag 9. I wanted to say milliliters. Y plus. Okay. Yeah, I want to say increment as well. Centimeters squared. Sorry if I'm mumble rapping, but I'm thinking out loud. Okay. What's wrong? I didn't say plus. Dude. DDG Shabuzi. Sorry, I'm just choosing a different track. Yeah. DDG Shabuzi. Okay. Plus centimeters. Centimeters. I put two spaces by surface area. What do you mean? Where? Copy. What do you mean? I'm glad to find out that you are coding while I'm coding. That's great. That's really good stuff. I put two spaces by surface area, and then it. What do you mean? It evens it out? Does it level it out for real? What? That's interesting. That's very interesting. Centimeters. After the colon. Oh, you mean here? You put like there. Oh no. Am I right? Over here. That makes sense. No, okay, that would make sense. But mine's also got. You remove the hashtag? What? I love learning this. Huh? But then mine gives me a. Hmm. Oh, you mean the hashtag 9? Okay. Okay, I like that. Thank you, thank you. I love that troubleshooting. I really do. That's brilliant. That's critical thinking, for real. Okay, good job, boy. Trouble. Nice. Okay, now I've got a massive gap there, and no gap there. That's fine. That's easy to fix. Um, Plus what is the hashtag 9? So look, quickly, I'll take it out. Hashtag 9 is like tab, right? So look here. Now I'm saying the message that will be displayed, right, is the surface area is plus that. So there will be no space. Now, again, people will ask, but so why can't you go um, surface area is, right, and then say space, 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 boom, because that's just, it's not coding. You don't put spaces as an empty string, and this just leaves way too much room for error. So it's a very good practice to follow is hashtag 9. Okay, so now I've taken that 9 out, so all mine will say is surface area is 0.00, which I don't want. So I'm going to add my, let's just take all of this out to show Seth real quick. If I take all the hashtag 9s out, let's go, yeah. So now you see by surface area, there's no like spaces. So it's the increment between my lines that I'll be adding. Okay, let's see if I rewrite this quickly. Surface area plus plus hashtag 9, and then format my float, give it 2 decimals. Okay, from my surface area variable, um, let's close that bracket, in that off, that string. Okay, then all that. Okay, then I wanted to say, what music? Stop it, stop it. Okay, go centimeters square. Nope. Plus hashtag 9 plus surface area, so centimeters squared. But so you just put the spaces on your first quotation. It creates a space. Yes, that's right. Space on your first quotation. What do you mean? It creates a space like when you're typing and press tab, correct. But so just put the spaces on your first quotation. You mean like, yeah, yes, I thought so as well. Okay. Oh, okay, Pablo, I'm gonna give away some game, right? End of the day, this hashtag 9 will come in use. I'm teaching it now because it will come in use at a later stage, not later like next year or next term. No, it's like the upcoming assessments, the upcoming practicals. This hashtag 9, it's gonna help a lot. It keeps your code a lot cleaner. Trust me when I tell you. Knowing how to implement this, when and where. Okay, this it'll definitely come in handy. Promise you. Trust. You're right. Over here, boom. Before this quotation mark, I could have gone space, 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 space. 100%. Again, knowing what the hashtag 9 does will definitely come in handy. Trust. Okay, so what's wrong with my code? Yeah, I need to end this off. So I give it that, that, and that. Right? No. Why not? Does it not have an end? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Surface area. Maybe if I copy and paste it, it won't take away. That works. Thank God. Okay, let's see. Alright, no problem then. Okay, cool. So let's run this quickly and check it out. Let's go. See if that works. Okay, 7, 4. It's putting such a huge gap. I need to figure out why, and I'll get back to you on that one. I don't know why it does that. Oh, interesting. Anyway, guys, shout out, shout out, shout out so much. Is there any specific reason why it's hashtag 9? Or is that's just, my boy, you hit it on the nose of the hammer. That's Pascal for you. That's Delphi. That is what Delphi does. It's Delphi code. Um, what can can you guys see my screen or just Delphi? Okay, good. What can be used instead of to tab in Pascal code? I'm saying what can be used instead of hashtag 9 to tab in Pascal code Delphi 12. Also briefly explain why we use real as a data type and not float when we are formatting the float to be displayed in a don't over Gemini likes to do this. Google it, y'all. Anyway, don't overthink and explain everything. Keep it short and concise. Okay, so let's see. Replacing hashtag 9 in character in Delphi. Instead of 9, you can use character 9 or simply the literal character 9. All three achieve the same result. So I think typing out hashtag 9 as opposed to CHR bracket 9 bracket as opposed to colon hashtag 9 colon is the easiest one. Real versus float in Delphi primarily uses real as a data type for floating point numbers. Float is often used, but is a generic term for floating point types and might not be an alias for single, double, or other types. Yes, that's right. So when formatting, um, is there any specific row? Okay, so yeah. So let me see. When formatting numbers for display, you're using Delphi's formatting functions, like format float. Well, no, you could have fooled me, dude. The format float function is designed to work with Delphi's real number types, including real. So real, right, prevents you from having to create a variable and declare the data types as singles or doubles. If you're dealing with cache registers or I don't know, race, it's like a speed of a lap, then you don't have to like stop it at a single decimal or double decimal. When you use real, it's two-dimensional, two sides of the same coin. Yeah, guys, again, I'm not going to keep you up too late. It's 10 o'clock already. Way past my bedtime. No, I'm just kidding. You guys have yourself a great evening. Thank you so much for actually joining the live, for real. I'm going to go save instead of save all, just save. I can safely. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, in an exam, if you project, no, in an exam, not if you, when you receive something like this, there will be no project application folder. It will only be this, right? So when you get it, you'll have to open the Delphi project file, let it open up in Delphi. Very important, this one with the Delphi icon. It's probably going to be one of the biggest files in this folder, other than that one. Anyway, it's obviously, I'm sure you know by now which one is the project file, right? Then oftentimes you'll have to go here and say, I want to use this unit and double click it, okay, for it to be added. If I go out here now, inside of this project, this is where I find the unit. And if I rename it here, my Pascal file, rename it to Coca-Cola design. There it is. Again, guys, the form is an object. If I click on the form and I go to its properties, name, yeah, you all said I'm gonna stop using Jack Harlow, so let's go ASAP. Rocky. Uh, Mid-year once I close, so save and close, it'll show. Boom, boom. Anyway, shout out to you guys for joining. I appreciate it. It speaks volumes, really. If you have any questions, jot them down, ask me tomorrow. You guys are so welcome. For real. I appreciate you coming and stopping by. Have a good evening, guys. I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow. Seth, please do not hesitate to stop by if you need help with Delphi. I'll be there, no problem, all the way. Okay, I'm about to end stream. Good night, guys.